We are in the map 2 of the semifinals for the Monday Premium Cup for Go for StarCraft. And in the lower right corner of the map, it's our yellow Protoss player. It is Risk. And his opponent in the upper left of this very green map, he's our red Protoss player. It is Stardust. Now, there's that lag spike that's been coming back. Definitely not on my end 100%. As I look at my latency to check. Yes, it is good. A total of 1 dropped frame thus far, so I feel very not guilty. I don't believe it's me. And Dothead asked me to post my P.O. box. Man, I did that once in the past. I'm gonna tell this story. This is a funny story, and since Protoss vs. Protoss is a slow build-up. So when I played World of Warcraft, I was a guild leader, and one thing I did was during one of our raids, someone asked me, they wanted to mail me something, so I put my freaking, we were streaming at the time too, I put my P.O. box out there, my home address if you will, and I thought nothing of it. Nothing bad happened, by the way. This is not a bad story. But what happened was, 2 weeks later in the mail, I get this potty training DVD, like Pampers, like official potty training DVD for like children under 2 or something. And I was like, okay, maybe this is just like a joke. So I open it up, and it's just the real potty training DVD. There's no special, like, I thought maybe someone put like a hidden DVD in there I was supposed to watch or something. I have no idea. But I'm like, okay, whatever. So I take a picture, I post it on Facebook. I was like, my face has got this really like confused expression. I was like, who the hell sent me this in the mail? Because it came from a mystery person. And 2 days later, like, this is what gets me. This wasn't 2 weeks later. 2 days later, I get 40 business cards in the mail that are printed up, and they've got that picture from Facebook on the business card, and on the back it says professional potty trainer Graham Rogers, and it has like all my addresses, the email address, and all that stuff. And I'm like freaking out at this point, like, what the hell's happening? Who the hell's trolling me? Because I had like 3 or 4 friends who would be that person, and I immediately asked them, like, come on, man, like, you own up to it. Like, this is funny, but come on, I just gotta know, this is really weird. None of them do it. To this day, I don't know who did this, because the follow-up to this, by the way, for every month, so this is for 3 years, guys. For 3 years, every month, on the 3rd week of that month, I get the Depends Diaper Trial Edition that contains one extra large, and 1 extra small pair of Depends adult diapers. And I'm not kidding. For 3 years, I've been getting these. I have no idea to this day who has been sending them to me. So for someone to ask me for my P.O. box, I love you, Dothead, but I'm very, very wary of giving it out. But story time is finished. We're getting into the game here. We got 3 gates coming out here for Risk. I'm sorry for wasting everybody's time if you didn't enjoy that story. But yeah, it's a consistent weird thing that's happened to me. He is going to move up across the map once again with the same sort of push by the looks of it. He's not going for Blink. He's not going for a crazy follow-up to this, but Stardust sees, alright, 3 gates, a late gas. Chances are you're going to come show some aggression at my base, and already we have the Sentry available for force fields at the ramp. I mean, really, Risk might run into the same sort of wall he ran into last game. And this is kind of concerning because, again, lacking that mothership core. Oh, okay, gonna bait out more sentries. And, you know, against any other player in the world, baiting out sentries is actually a good thing. It's a huge gas investment that tends to do not a lot of damage, but we saw last game Stardust is capable of doing a lot of damage with a small amount of sentries. Now, I do like Risk's choice to focus fire down the sentry, initially shooting the mothership core. Trades a Zealot for the Sentry, though, not too bad. 3 Stalkers to follow this up. Stardust trying to get more Stargates, or sorry, not Stargates, but Gateways down, because he doesn't have the warping capabilities to deal with this. He needs that overcharge to buy him time, and there we go, it is forced on, and Risk gonna back off for the time being. This is about 50 seconds now, where Stardust can start getting units on the field. He's got Warp Gate nearing completion. There we go, so 3 more Stalkers will be joining the fight, and he should actually be okay, because you can pull 3 or 4 probes to go with this, and the 3 or 4 probes eat just barely enough damage for you to beat out your opponent's Stalkers, even if they've got a couple more than you. Now, this is actually, yeah, that's going to drive Risk back home. This kind of sucks. He puts on this aggression, and then there's forced to abandon it. And a large part of this is because of how well Stardust handles it. But oh no! Oh no! This probe gets into the base. Stardust puts up a pylon, but who the hell cares? The scary thing was if he had gone in and scouted the Dark Shrine, he could have been in a lot of trouble. But we look back at home once again. We got a lot of force fields available, and while Dark Templar are very scary, force fields only contain them. They don't kill them. And Stardust with a lot of sentries again, gonna probably try and make some magic happen, but And one of the observers being a scumbag. I hate when people do that. Like, why ping? But anyways, the pylon was left up and running. He's also got a probe across the field, so he can place down another one. Even if it gets picked off, that Dark Shrine is seconds away from finishing up, guys. And we'll see what happens. Because the great thing about having this, by the way, like, let's assume for a second Stardust is going to deal with the Dark Templar. Like, it will not even be a question about it. In fact, he's got the Stargate coming away, so Oracles will provide that detection. Same with the Robo Facility. But the big thing is the Dark Templar, 2 of them turn into an Archon, and what Archons do is they bust down force fields. Oh, this is kind of cool. Stardust trying to show off a fake tech. 2 Oracles and a Colossus, but he did not see the Dark Templar wiggle his way in here. He pulls... Okay, he saw that now. He's going to pull the probes, but I mean, Risk cannot go over the pylon. Is going to allow that Observer to complete, and the most he can really do here is pick off a couple of sentries, if at all. Bit of a lag spike going off there. Another Dark Templar joins the fight. But I mean, he's targeting down the Zealots. A little bit of a miscontrol, I feel. Locking in these Dark Templar. They can't go anywhere, and now the Observer comes out, shuts these down. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map... Actually, oh my god, Risk fell for it. It's a fake Oracle, and he pulled all of his workers anyways. A perfect reaction if that was a real Oracle. Oh, Stardust, you cheeky guy. Catching Risk off guard with the absolutely special tactics. Now Risk, of course, has to split his workers up. 21 out of 24 is far too much saturation for one base. But of course, his natural is not complete just yet. And those Dark Templar, again, not going to be that big of a deal right now, but they do crush force fields. They are massive considered units. And, oh, this is so cool. I'm getting giddy about this. So Stardust, after revealing 2 hallucinated oracles, might make Risk think, okay, if anything comes my way, it's probably going to be a hallucination once again. But in fact, it's going to be a real oracle this time. And if Risk decides to ignore it, and if this works out as Stardust as planned, he's going to get a lot of probe kills. And this could be really cool. I'm actually really excited to see how this goes. Meanwhile, though, he's moving across the field with some Stalkers, trying to maintain some map control, poking in at the towers, but... I mean, Risk right now doesn't really have a massive army. He can't really afford to push out and cause a lot of damage. He could try and harass if he'd like to, but that's kind of what he's limited to. Alright, well, Oracle come down on the other side. Oh man, I'm so excited and so giddy to see if this works. Because this is really weird tactics. Come on, Oracle, come on. Play against Risk. Alright, well, the probes being shot at here. 2, 3, 4 get popped immediately. 5 go down. And, oh, unfortunately, he does focus the Stalkers. The probes are pulled, but 7 worker kills, 8 worker kills. He needs 12, or he's got to keep the Oracle alive. 9 workers killed. 11. Okay, well, 11's pretty damn close to really make that count. It is now 29 to 43 workers on the field, guys. This really sucks for Risk. Stardust is so excellent. And, oh my god, he's following this up with more hallucinated Oracles, and a real Oracle going to go towards the main. So these 2 hallucinations might draw the attention away, but meanwhile, in the natural, a Photon Overcharge is based, or not based, but baited rather, out of Risk. And I am going crazy here, guys, as Stardust is doing some really cool things. Now, unfortunately, the one real Oracle is actually scouted before the hallucination, so Oracles are plenty coming into the natural. Will this actually draw the attention of Risk? Because Risk is already watching the one real Oracle. Pulls the probes immediately. Risk absolutely fell for it. More probes going to go down here in the main, but of course the Oracle can only get about 7, 8 kills before it goes down. But 7 or 8 kills. He's pulled workers completely off of minerals 3 different times this game, guys. Stardust is doing some really cool stuff, obtaining 18 workers killed, but of course that is at a large sacrifice to those Oracles eating a lot of gas. But meanwhile, back at home, while there's a huge Stalker count with Blink for Risk, there are Immortals out here for Stardust. Stardust has to be careful, though. Risk could just blink up forward and take out one of these Immortals. He's going to absolutely snipe one of these Immortals. Stardust is going to try and micro it back, but it's going to be in the back lines. Just barely gets away. And oh my god, the force fields keep the army at bay. The Photon Overcharge is really nice there, and Risk now coming forward with his own Mothership Core. But the Oracle, back at home, has killed 19, 20 workers, 21, 22! And it finally runs out of energy. Almost every probe off the field now. Risk is forced to go all in. It's go big or go home. He's going to try and do a lot of damage. The Photon Overcharge on the Nexus from Stardust doing a ton to aid into this, but the Immortals in the back lines are still standing. He can start one-shotting these Stalkers, and Risk, I think, is going to be out, guys. He's doing what he can to do some damage here. Mothership Core now joining the fight, something that was not here before. Draws the focus fire of the Stalkers. Good game is called, and what a wild end to that PvP. Oh my god, sorry my voice started to go at the end there, but Jesus, that was awesome. Stardust! This is why he's a DreamHack champion! That is so cool.